Yeah. Oh no, the pencils are not lined up. Oh my god, it is triggering my OCD. Oh my god, I have to fix it. Let's fix it. They have to be perfectly lined up straight, because if it's not, it trigger my OCD. Oh my god, have to put them the right way. Yes. Oh my god, that's so much better. Oh my god, you don't know how much that triggered me. Oh my god. Yeah, you can tell I have OCD, don't you? Okay, so welcome back to another video. If you're new, I'm Jasmine, and today I want to talk about my experiences with OCD. Yes, the thing that everyone likes to joke about because apparently it's quirky. Now, disclaimer, not everyone with OCD is the same. For example, my experiences might be different to someone else who has OCD. But I just wanted to share my experiences with OCD. Now, I'm not professionally diagnosed with it, but OCD is something you can self-diagnose pretty easily, and I wish I didn't have it because I don't remember exactly where it developed, when it developed. I don't remember like in primary school maybe being like this, but I think it developed more in high school because like we had all the homework and assignments, and then I would constantly be checking to make sure that I have them all in my bag or I have done that homework. I think that's kind of where it started. I think there was other things too, but my OCD is, I know a lot of people's OCD will be like a lot of hand washing or placing things in order, but that's not my OCD. My OCD is more like switches and doors, and also making sure I have everything in my handbag. So yeah, I guess high school is where it developed because of that. So yeah, that's my OCD. Now, what exactly is OCD? OCD is a obsessive-compulsive disorder. There, I remembered it. I actually did not know what the word OCD meant before until like recently. Because I never looked it up. I knew what OCD was or is because I have it, but I didn't know what it actually OCD stand for. Now, I have like a little cycle here which actually kind of helps me explain it, which is like obsessive thought. So for example, I don't really like saying things like this because I don't like it because it might trigger me. But for example, let's say, actually I'll just say, for example, you think of something horrible, and let's say you think of something horrible and it gives you anxiety, and then you have to do this certain act, like let's say you have to hold the door, turn the door handle 10 times, so that it's really hard to explain, so that you have like a temporary relief, because you have like, I don't know, it's really hard to explain, like a mini prayer. Okay, I think it's just really hard to explain, so I think I'm just going to show you what mine looks like. I am here also to show you that, yes, so I cooked rice last night and I left the saucepan here, and then this morning, not that long, just before this video, I had like burgers for lunch. This is also to show you that OCD isn't always just about being clean, because I know a lot of people say that OCD is like they're clean freaks, that they need everything in order and everything needs to be clean. Yes, some people with OCD are like that, but mine is, I wish I was a little bit more cleaner, honestly. But this is to show you that my OCD doesn't play up when it's a mess. I wish it did, because that means I would have like a much cleaner kitchen, because my kitchen gets very messy sometimes, especially because of work. I have to come home late a bit, and then you have to cook, eat, shower, and then go to sleep, because then I have to get up really early the next day, and I try to get like 7 to 8 hours sleep, and I don't really like missing out on too much sleep. So hopefully I'll be getting another job soon that allows me to have more time on my hands, so that when I come home I can have more time to like cook my tea and have a little bit more rest time, so that I will be able to clean my kitchen a lot more. But anyway, this is where one of my, where the OCD plays up, I think maybe the most, is the oven. Because then I would have to check all that the knobs are off. Yes, even though that I can see that they're off. But before like going out to somewhere, if I'm going to be away for like a while, or away from home for a while, if I'm just around the shop, quickly grab stuff, or around the block, I don't really check it there. But if I'm going to like, let's say a family member's house, then I check it. And then I check it, and sometimes I'll have to check it like 4 times, because I think 4 times, a lot of my OCD checks are done in 4, so I have to do it 4 times. But if I think of something negative while I'm doing it, I'll have to do it again. So it'd be like, have to check it. If I think of something negative, I will have to say a prayer and then do it again. So that's my OCD. I don't know if this makes any sense. It probably does not make any sense of how I'm trying to explain it. But yeah, it's actually really hard to explain it. Maybe this is why I never really talked about my OCD to people, because it's actually kind of hard to explain. But I'd be like, make sure it's off, 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 off. And sometimes I actually have a chair next to you that I will have to touch it, because wood, good luck. So if I'm doing like my prayer, I will have to touch the wood and say my prayer while touching the wood. I think now it's just a habit of touching the wood, but before I'd have to touch the wood. Like if I say something negative, I have to touch the wood. For example, if I'm doing my OCD checks and I say something in my mind that something bad's going to happen to the house, like it's going to burn down or something, then I'll have to do my prayer, touch the wood and do my prayer, and then do the checks again. So that's what happens here in the kitchen before I go to work, before I go out somewhere for a while. But I think it mainly plays up before I go to bed. I don't even know why, because I'm in the house. Obviously I'll know if something happens to the house if I'm in the house, but it plays up the most. Oh, probably actually going to work plays up the most. But yeah, so that's what that's like. Okay, so we're in the next place where my OCD plays up a little bit more. Sorry if you hear that. My neighbors are playing music. I look back this footage and be like, I look like a giant here. But this is my drawer nightstand next to my bed. And so obviously I'm not going to take out all the things that are in my bag. But normally before bed, every time before bed, this one I only do in 2s. Again, unless I think of something negative. I will have to take my keys, my car keys and my wallet out of my bag. Make sure that on my keys, on the yen lard, that I have both my house keys, my car keys are separate. I have to make sure I have my car keys, and then on my wallet, I have to actually open my wallet to make sure that I have my bank card and then some other cards. So yeah, that gets really annoying. And I normally do that when I'm getting ready for bed. I'll do that before I get ready to bed, and then I'll do it while I'm just about to get into bed. But obviously if I think of something negative, I'll have to take out all those things again, make sure they're all there, and then put them all back. And also, again, if I'm looking at my keys and say something negative about the house, I will have to do it again and say my prayer and touch wood. This is wood. I don't know if fake wood or real wood, but it's still wood. So yeah, this one I find the most annoying, honestly, because it's like, why do I have to take out my house keys, my car keys and my wallet, and then look at my house keys and be like, oh yes, they're here, even though I know they're here, but they're here. And also open my wallet to to see that I have my bank card in there. Yeah, this is like really annoying, but it's what OCD is, at least what my experiences with OCD is. Obviously I'm not going to open my bag to show you for the video because it is privacy reasons. I don't want you to know what like my car keys look like or my house keys look like or what my bank card looks like. But this is what my bag looks like, and my friend gave me that. I think I showed it in a vlog before, but yeah, so, and my other friend from work actually gave me this bag, and now this is actually my everyday bag. Now I actually have my work bag. So this is the bag that I use to take to work, and this is my everyday bag I use on the weekend and that. So I'll do that, have to do the same thing. If I'm like, for example, my stuff is in here now because it's the weekend, but if I'm on as a weekday, my stuff will be in here. And yes, I'd still have to take out my wallet, my keys, and make sure they're all there, and make sure, yeah, sometimes I wouldn't even think of like anything bad, but then I'll just do like a prayer too by holding the things and touching wood and then putting it back. I'm sorry, I feel like I cannot explain this well at all. I don't know if anyone's understanding anything I'm saying right now, because I feel like I can't understand anything I'm saying, but I think I normally can't understand anything I'm saying. But so sorry if this video is hard to explain, but this is like my experiences with OCD. I'm trying to explain it as best as I can. Obviously, if I demonstrate it properly, you'd probably more understand. But again, I don't want to be able to, I don't want to trigger it. I don't want to like get all the stuff out and trigger it. Honestly, I was really proud of myself that I said two negative things about the house in this video. And guess what? It didn't trigger my OCD. Why, like before, when I was trying to film this video before, that's probably why I didn't like how the video came out, because before I tried to film this video and I did not like, it triggered me when I said something negative about the house, but this time in this video I didn't get triggered. So yeah, I guess my OCD is getting a little bit better, just having to learn not to get triggered with things. But yeah, so that's that. And whoops, well so those are two of my main OCDs. Obviously I check the doors too. I have to check the door, like obviously I'm not going to show you for privacy reasons, but I have to check the door like 4 times. I'll have to like turn the latch to make sure that it's locked, and again, if I think of anything negative, I have to touch wood, which would be like the frame of the door. My OCD is like I have to check the oven and I have to make sure that it's all off, and because I don't know why there's something in my head that like think that it will be turned on when I go out. Like I'm worried that the house will burn down, even though that I know that the oven is turned off, but I'll constantly have to be, mine comes in 4. So it would have to be like 4 times I do this act. So 4 times I have to check the oven, and if I think of something negative, then I'll have to do it again. And I have to do it like 4 times. But again, if I do it 4 times and then that 4th time, the 4th time I think of something negative, I'll have to do it again, because I have to do it until I don't think anything negative. Yes, that's like how I've been living, and that's what like my OCD is. Now again, everyone else with OCD is not all the same. Yes, I might be similar, but other people might be different. Like I know like a lot of hand washing one, but mine is more like making sure that everything's off, making sure the switch is off. Obviously there's switches I can't really turn off here, like I don't turn off my internet or the fridge for obvious reasons, but everything else I make sure that it's turned off, like stove, kettle, toaster. I have to make sure that's all turned off, because I'll freak out if I come home and be like, oh my god, I didn't turn it off. So I think that happened once, but normally it don't happen, because I normally go around the house and be like off, off, off. Now this does get sometimes this can take a while, because sometimes I almost been late for work because of it. Let's say that I'm doing my OCD checks in the oven on like the stove, making sure they're all off, and I'll be constantly thinking of something negative, so then I'll have to do my prayer again and then check them all again, and then it will be like 20 minutes past. Like 20 minutes I was standing there checking them. So yeah, it can interrupt with daily life like that. Even going to bed, like I'll say, for example, let's say I go to bed at 7, but it won't be until like 7:15 or 7:20 before I actually get into bed because of the OCD checks. While other people could be like, yeah, just make sure the doors are shut and then go to bed, and they'll be in bed by 7:01 or 7:05 or something like that. And I recently learned that I'm not the only one that does the prayer. I thought that I was different. I didn't know that people with OCD also do the prayer until I looked it up. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not the only one that does it, because I thought that was just me. I thought it was just me to do the checks, and then if I think of something negative, I have to do like some kind of prayer to say that those negative things won't happen. And I thought I was the only person with OCD that actually has that, but it turns out that is actually a big thing of OCD. So I'm like, I felt more like happy to know that I'm not the only one that experienced that, because I thought that I was the only one with the prayer, but it turns out that that is a big thing in OCD. Obviously there is therapy and all that I could do, or psychologists. I see a psychologist and all that, but like I think, I don't know, I've been living with OCD for like many years now, yes, it does interrupt some of my daily life, but I wouldn't say it's like to the extreme. I know some people probably say it's to the extreme, but it's not to like the extreme where I can't go out of the house. I can go out of the house and all that, and I feel like over time it does get better, or at least I heard that you can overcome it by yourself. I feel like OCD is kind of like, I don't know, fluctuates or something. Like, for example, I think it was really bad when I was younger, then it got a little bit better, and then it's kind of, I guess, bad now. But I think in the future, I think I'm getting better at it. There was a couple times where I did go to bed without checking the oven, or I only checked it once. If I only checked the oven once, then that's perfect, because then that's just being cautious. But if I check the oven like too many times, then that's my OCD playing in. I don't mind if I have to go around and checking the things, switches and doors and all that once. That's being cautious and making sure that everything is in order. But if I have to do it multiple times, then that's my OCD playing up. So yeah, I think, but yeah. So I think I am improving, just very slowly. And yeah, right now, I mean, personally, I think my OCD is kind of just like my personality now. Now, I don't make it my personality like other people. I don't go to like, for example, I'm not gonna go up to people and be like, oh my god, my OCD playing up, or who knew that I had OCD, something like that. I don't really explain that I have OCD to people, so a lot of people wouldn't even know that I have OCD, but I do have OCD. Unfortunately, it is a bit annoying, yes, but I wouldn't say it's like the worst thing. It's definitely not the worst thing in the world. And obviously, someone else with OCD can be a bit different than me. It could be, someone could have it a lot more extremer than me. I think mine's like mild. I think my OCD is mild, which is good. I wouldn't want it to be extreme. I know there's a lot of people that have OCD as like extreme. Oh, actually there was one time where, because before I go to work, I have to make sure that I say bye to Toby. If you can, I think you can see him here. Bye to Toby, and sometimes I have to do it like 4 times because of OCD. But there was one time where I was still living with my parents that I didn't do it, and guess what happened? I was driving to work and I was going to turn into the place I normally turn, or into the road that I normally turn to get to work, but this guy decided he wanted to overtake me at the last minute and hit his car into mine, pushing me a little bit off the road. So yeah, I no longer have that car anymore, and that really triggered my OCD a lot after that, because, well, I didn't say bye to Toby that day, and I have to for my OCD, because I feel like if I don't say bye to Toby, something bad will happen. And guess what? Something bad did happen. So yeah, now I make sure all the time I say bye to Toby. I think that day I was actually rushing to get to work, because I think I was running a little bit late, and that's why. Or Toby was running around or something like that. But I'm like, yeah, so so the one time that's why I do those things, because if I don't do them, I would think something bad happened, and that day something bad did happen. Now, I'm really angry at that guy. It was his fault, not my fault, because he was up my ass with it was a long road too, and he was up my ass for most of it, where he could have overtaken me any of those chances. He could have overtaken me, because there was not much cars on the other side of the road, but yet he decided to overtake me last minute. And yes, I did have indicator on, and yes, I was slowing down. You would think that, oh, well, you're slowing down. He blamed it on the sun, because when I don't know if it was like, I think he told me I didn't see because he didn't see because of the sun. But yeah, I didn't have sunglasses, and yes, the sun was kind of glaring, but I didn't have sunglasses and I could see perfectly fine. And this guy looked a lot younger than me, and so he blamed it on the sun, but it was his fault. Like, the sun in the sky, not his sun. But he blamed it on his sun, saying he can't see, but it was definitely his fault because he was being impatient. Yeah, if someone is, like, I wouldn't overtake someone if they're slowing down that much, because obviously they're slowing down that much for a reason, like the turn. And yes, I did have an indicator on, and it's just like, luckily I was all figured out, and the police officer who came knew that it was his fault and not mine. And he could tell that he was speeding as well, even though the police officer didn't see it happen, but he knew that that guy was speeding, which he was. He was up my ass for the whole time. I don't know why. And I see a lot of other people do that too, where they're like, last minute overtake, where they could have overtaked ages ago. Like, it was a long road, you could have overtaken ages ago, but no, it's near the intersection that was zoom in front of you. Like, okay, sorry, I went on a little bit of rant there, but yes, so that did trigger my OCD for a little bit, but now I think it is getting a lot better than it was. I think after that my OCD got really, really bad, but now it's getting like better, because I also say a little prayer to myself as well. Obviously I don't want to say it, I think it's just more personal, but that actually helps me calm down, even if my OCD isn't playing up. But yeah, so that's like my OCD. Sorry if this video is a little bit boring, but yeah, that's what my OCD is like. Now I thank you for watching, and I'm Jasmine, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!